question which kept gnawing at me was, why was I given this glint of hope if it was all to be taken away? Sounds familiar, no? And one day, while I was wallowing in my sad sorrows and belting to James Morrison's Wonderful World, a thought came to my mind. I remember what my history teacher said to me in class at the end of term. She told us that even if things don't go according to how we want them to, after we have worked so hard, it doesn't make us a failure by any sense. It's how we pick ourselves up from there that counts.
Memories are also temporally iconic, and they can represent decades just by mere words and mere icons. If I said the Beatles or the moon landing, you think of the 60s. If I say the Cold War, the oil crisis, you think of the 70s. If I said the space shuttle or the AIDS pandemic, you think of the 80s. If I said iPads, if I said the credit crunch, and if I said with regret, Justin Bieber, you think of modern day era. There's another very important dimension to memories I think we sometimes lose sight of and forget. And that is that memories empower us to be sentient beings who can make morally relevant decisions.
A study by Harvard psychologists into the year of 2010 observed that when we are doing something, our minds are actually not complying with what we're actually doing. A study, it was observed that at least 46.9% of their time they were doing one thing while thinking about another matter. When the mind wanders, and it frequently does, it usually draws into negative ruminations or projections, making us feel worse than if we simply focus on our actual experience right now.
Could you imagine this lady who actually should be like all the mothers out there, thinking what's the trend to catch up with, what's the best makeup to put on to make her look beautiful, but she cannot, because the only thing she can worry about and she should worry about is saving and earning the money and giving everything back to her children.
Ladies and gentlemen, Abdullah spoke the same language that I did. She had similar interests and even enjoyed eating the same food. But our inevitable segregation is an unfortunate consequence of societal perception towards heterogeneity, that every race is inherently different, and that some races are simply superior or inferior to others. Racism, ladies and gentlemen, is a belief that race is a primary determinant of your human traits and capacity, which perpetuates an ethnocentric notion that some races are simply built to be better than others.
My tomorrow starts the moment where I realized that things could have been done differently. So there are lessons, these are lessons that there are constant reminders for me to not make the same mistakes. So that's all I have for y'all today. Hope you guys enjoy.
If there's one thing you would change about yourself, what would it be?
Well, I hope to be taller.